I have no idea what I'm looking at, but my brother says it's a T49. I don't know what it is. It's cool. Still walk around. What do you think this thing is, Mark?
I think it's a T49. It's small and it's one of the fast. It's like a scale tank.
Man, it's amazing. Wow, it's huge. It's definitely not a Hercules, I know that.
No,
you can definitely tell a Hercules is a M88. Yeah.
I can't remember what the speed is on this, but I know it's
I'm not familiar with that turret, and I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that do know. I don't know if there's any nameplate. Mark, you looked, you said you're no.
I don't see one, but I'm pretty sure it's a T49. I might be wrong, you know. I'm always wrong about stuff.
I'm gonna hold my camera up there and see if we can get a shot. Hopefully the wind is not driving the microphone crazy for you guys. Such a beautiful day today.
Yeah, it's got the sloped armor on the turret to help with the bounces of shells hitting it.
Yep.
Help them ricochet. The real vulnerable spot is the ring where the turret turns at.
Exactly.
If a shell hits there, it could pop the top right off, or right in through the side here is a vulnerable spot that can hit the tank and explode all the ammo that's inside the tank, you know, if it goes straight through.
In other words, those guys inside that tin can are having a bad day.
Yes.
And notoriously, tankers are usually keep them underneath 5'5", 5'6", no taller than 5'6", I think, to be a tanker. So if you're taller than 5'6", don't even think about being a tanker. You wouldn't even want to live in there with 3 other guys. Yeah, thinking about living in a toilet with 3 other guys for 9 months at a time. No, thank you. All right, Mark, you ready to go, man?
You could probably back your truck up through here and back it right here to the side.
It says right there, please keep off the tank.
That means nobody gets on the tank. It doesn't mean
right.
You can't take pictures.
Hey guys, we're back, and it's my nephew Dakota, and he's gonna explain to us what it was that my brother Mark and I were looking out there earlier. Mark was partially correct when he said a T49. Is that what you said, Dakota?
Yeah.
So explain it to everybody what we saw out there.
So basically the T49 was a variant of the Walker Bulldog, and what it was is it was a testing bed for what would become the Sheridan's turret. The XM152 or something like that. It was a 152 millimeter gun that could fire shillelagh missiles or a very large anti-tank shell, but they couldn't. What happened was is when they would fire the gun, it would throw the calibration systems off and they couldn't fire the missiles. So you had to pick one or the other and then take it to the depot, repair it. But the T49 is the Walker Bulldog with the turret on it. It's actually really popular in World of Tanks because it used to be the higher tiered ones or something like that.
That's awesome. Mark was explaining that the reason it's designed with such a peculiar shape at the back is to deflect the incoming rounds to keep them from the center section at its weakest point at the bottom ring.
So they would angle glacis plates and stuff like that to try and deflect shots, but unfortunately, like tank production and manufacturing and technology just far outstripped anything nowadays. It won't.
So what's the technical in-use military name? M551?
Well, they're retired now. What they're called is the M551 Sheridan.
Sheridan.
They were meant to be airdropped. They were like cavalry tanks. They were
Okay,
meant to
that's
be-
why it's got such a short cannon on that short, maneuverable in-city street turret fighting. You know what I mean? Where you can remain removable in tight canals and places like that and still fire.
What they were mainly used for is they were supposed to be used in the Fulda Gap, and their main purpose was to fire the Shillelagh missile.
And what is the Shillelagh missile, to be specific, if you know more about it?
It's similar to the TOW.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same, but it is similar. It can be fired out of the gun. The Russians.
That's
have one.
targeted by
Just the normal gun sight.
optical or on-site wire. The TOW missile.
I'm pretty sure.
A wire guidance system.
I think it might be a wire. Don't quote me on that because I actually honestly can't remember. But I do know that like the Russians, they have a similar thing with the T-72. They later upgraded to in the T-80s.
Mm-hmm.
The T-90s, they can all fire. I think. I want to say the Conkers or the Cobra.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I would have never known these things if I hadn't seen you. Man, let me zoom in on that Blue Jay over there. Look at how huge. Goodness gracious. He flew away before I could get a shot of him, Dakota. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you explaining to everybody what it was that me and Mark was looking at out there. And yeah, I got another 3 or 4 minute clip here to add to everything. All right, we can piece all this stuff together later after I get home and take a look at it in the Google. And yeah, and we're going to throw some stuff on the grill. And we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, later.
That I used to have.
Go ahead, Cody. I'm recording now. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's like I said. No, this is an old book I used to have. It was a long ways away. It's got some inaccuracies, but for the most part, it's pretty all right. I mean, for the most part, as I was saying earlier, you know, the Sheridan was lightly welded aluminum. It was meant to be like stamped together, riveted, welded in some places. It's supposed to be dropped out of aircraft. You can fit about 2 of them in the at the time aircraft, you know, like a cargo plane, that kind of thing like that. They tried to really push them out in Vietnam, but they wouldn't really kind of get in their own. Like I know that I think the airborne forces used a lot of them, or they were given to the airborne. I don't know if they actually used a bunch of them, but I don't really think they had a lot to do with Vietnam for the most part, but they were there. I know that. It's like I said, that when they fired that damn gun, it was like the Shillelagh didn't actually have a lot of recoil, but the gun itself, when they loaded it up with the shells that were supposed to go in it, it would knock everything haywire.
Let's see some of those other pictures of it if there's more of it.
I don't know if there's actually more. Yeah, got a couple of them, just a side profile.
What was the main gun and main cannon called? What was the size and dimension on it?
It was a 152 millimeter gun. Otherwise, I think it was 5 or 6. I think it's 6 inch. I think it's a 6 inch gun. Yeah.
So, in other words, that's a pretty formidable tank to come up against if you happen upon it. It could definitely make you have a bad day. In other words,
I think it's a scout tank.
A scout tank.
Yeah.
A reconnaissance scout tank.
The thing is my truck outside has more armor than this tank does.
That's terrible.
So I'm pretty sure at the right angles 50 cal bullets could go through the damn thing. I mean, it wasn't very heavily armored. It didn't have any armor really at all.
Cool. What's that book called? It's called Tanks Inside
Out. I don't
by who?
Actually, Michael E. Haskew. I don't remember where the heck I even got this at. Didn't I get it with y'all at the Mountain Mall that one day? Long time ago.
Let me see the ISBN on the back of it. Yeah, let me get the SKU on it.
So like I said, it's a relatively good book. It's got a couple of inaccuracies and such on it.
Can't get it to focus up on it, but that's okay. Yeah, it's called Tanks Inside Out. Got all the information on just about every American-made tank you could imagine.
No, it's not just Americans.
And
it's got British and Russian,
right, exactly.
Chinese,
it's got
French.
Tanks Inside Out is
it's
even all the other vehicles outside of tank operation.
Well,
and
the thing is, it's a bit of a misnomer because it says Tanks Inside Out, but you know, on the front cover it's got a Bradley, and that's
right.
Not a tank. That's an infantry carrier.
Yep.
It can function as a scout vehicle, but
Yep.
and plus it's got a Zeus. So
All right.
Shilka.
Okay, show everybody what your favorite tank and favorite era would be if you were to go into battle in a tank. Which one would you be in?
That's actually a pretty hard one. Because there's actually quite a few good ones.
Right. I think that brand new class of A1 Abrams that's coming out is like
the
pretty.
XM1.
Yeah, the new version of the
they
Abrams.
don't really look like they have what I liked in here. But where's it at? You know what? I just might as well just look and see if it's in here.
It's a pretty hard choice, isn't it?
Well, thanks. Oh, there we go. No, it's in there.
I'll get up and come over there and get a shot of it.
So,
The German Leopard 2?
I actually like the Leopard 2. See, this actually came, this in the United States, when Germany and the United States were collaborating in what was called the, I think it was MTB 70 project.
I'm not getting a very good shot of it. There's like a shadow on half of it.
But the Abrams and the Leopard were actually, you know, split deviations on the MTB 70 project, if I can't remember correctly. I might be wrong on that one, but basically the cost got too high for Germany, so they kind of pulled out and started with this one. But the Leopard 2 had quite a few teething issues, but thankfully around the A5, I think, A5 or A6 variant, they actually got them out. These are actually being sent to Ukraine right now, actually, as well as Abrams.
Cool.
But
Awesome, man.
it's like I said, I don't remember a lot about a lot of things. I mean, I know that this I use more for a.
I was gonna toast them in a pan in there.
Let's go eat, Cody. All right, guys. We'll catch up on you in the next one later. Thanks, Cody. Say bye.
I don't need to.
See you later, guys.
Been a pretty fun day. I'm ready to call it a day though. Alright, well, I'm gonna work on this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. Later. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kicker and it's 8 o'clock on Saturday, April the 29th, and yeah, everybody's headed home for the evening, and I wanted to record a little bit of that sunset, but I missed it. But these are all of the clouds that are moving in. It's getting dark off to the north, and I wanted to come outside and record a minute and yeah, show you guys that been a pretty fun day. And Noisy Boy counted them off like clockwork, and made all the way to Columbia and back, and seen all of my family today. It was a busy day, but yeah, I'm glad I got to say hi to everybody. And yeah, I think I closed the hood. Yeah, got Noisy Boy parked there, getting ready to rain. So I hear my favorite alarm security lady that hangs out back there. Her name's Smoochie, and she's the neighborhood watchdog, and she keeps an eye on everything back there for everybody. And yeah, she's our alarm clock. Told you guys, man, there's some action. Love living on Action Street. Yeah, that was a nice sounding little Ford. I gotta give them props when they got a nice sounding machine like that with that MagnaFlow system, or no telling what kind of unit he's got up on that monster, but it sounded really nice. That's all I have to say about it. Yep. All right, another shot of that sunset as soon as all of this traffic goes by, and I'll just put this as my outro. There you go, right there. Okay guys, I'm Kicker, and you've been kicking it with Kicker. I'll see you in the next video. Kicker out.